As a quick review on all the layers of the OSI model, let's look at it. First and foremost, we'll go from the application layer right up to the physical layer. Now, the application layer is at the level of the user. Now, it is not an application such as your word processor and a spreadsheet or anything like that. It's usually a daemon or a service with a port on it, a protocol onto it. For example, FTP, file transfer protocol, we've got trivial file transfer protocol, simple network management protocol, your mail, telnet, and also HTTP, which is part of your browser. That is sitting at the application layer. That communicates to other applications or to services or daemons using a port. That's the criteria. At the presentation layer, that is when I always tell the people, try to think of it as if it is presenting towards you. Now, what is presenting towards you? It's either a movie or a video, a photo that you look at. Now, these are, for example, then ASCII or EBCDIC, which is where the transformation between different character sets are taking place. TIFF, JPEG, MPEG, and MIDI, which is music. At that layer, at that level, we have where it presents it to you. This is the image, JPEG, for example, a video, which is MPEG. That is at the presentation layer. The session layer, the important part there is that it has to set up a session between two different sockets. In the TCP environment, we have SQL, which is SQL. If it's Microsoft, that will be sitting at 0.1433 TCP. Also, NetBIOS is another example with TCP. Under UDP, we've got NFS and RPC, Network File System, and also Remote Procedure Call. At the transport layer, we have things like TCP, the UDP, Secure Sockets, and SPX. From a Novell point of view, at the transport layer, many years ago, when we had still the communication with the modems and X, Y, and Z modem as a protocol, this was important. This is where the packet sizes and where things are being transported in the packets. At the network layer, we have IP, IPX, we have addressing that takes place there. For example, your IP address would be 192.168. A number, and that is your addressing. It will take routing. So at this layer, we have routing, we have broadcasts such as ICMP and IGMP. Then at the data link layer is where the protocols for the LAN and WAN communicates to and sits. And finally, at the physical layer, we have your cables, your patch panels, fiber, things that are sitting at that level. Now, when there's communication taking place, it will go from the application layer through the presentation, session, transport, right up to the physical layer. It will be transported through to another workstation machine on the network to the physical layer, and that will then take the reverse path and at the application level out there. Now, this is a quick overlay. And as said before, a lot of people have donkey bridge or acronyms to remember these by. The most common one I've heard is, in that order, all people seem to need data protection.